we're doing a fundraiser today. I don't do these often, as you know, but every so often we've got to raise funds for a valuable cause. And Coach Rodney Harmon and his GCA Gators, well, they need uniforms for their players. They don't have the money to buy them. And so we're trying to raise $2,000. Now, we don't expect anybody to donate that, but here's the deal. I'm broadcasting the home opener, the first game for Greenbrier Christian Academy. This is going to be on Monday, the 26th of November. We're going to be live on the radio. It'll be carried on our app, the John Fredericks Radio app, and, of course, on our internet live stream, but also on WMPH, AM 1010, and 100.1 FM. A game time, 6 p.m. We'll be on the air live at 6 p.m. I'll be calling the action. I have to go back to my old days, Mike, calling. When was the last time I did play-by-play on a basketball game? That's been a while.
Did you do one? Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 years ago when you did the
Virginia, what is it? The Rams, Virginia Commonwealth.
Yeah, the Rams, and also what was it? The when the Senators played.
Oh,
yes,
I did the Senators game, right? The Senator charity game.
Yes,
that was the last I did that, and I did the Goochland basketball. What is that? The Goochland High School games. That was before you joined us. I did that. I did their home games in the middle of nowhere in Goochland. Probably that's why we purchased the station up there. But I haven't done it in a while, so I got to knock the rust off, right?
It'll be easy.
But we're gonna have fun. It's a home opener. They play Broadwater Academy, and it's gonna be fun. Now we're gonna get Coach on in a minute, but for all our listeners out there, we really need to raise some funds off this. And you know, we work really hard here, Mike and I, on the John Fredericks Radio Show. Once in a while, we ask for your help. We are asking here for this $25 or $50 donation would really go a long way for these young men. They're working their tails off, and they just want uniforms. What they had to hand out the other day is like rags. And so we need $2,000 for that. So $25 or $50 is all you have to do. Is you can go to my website, johnfredericksradio.com, johnfredericksradio.com. There's a button right in the middle of it. Says GCA Uniform Fundraiser. You can click on that, and you're good to go. And if you got PayPal, you can donate whatever you want. And if you donate $25 or $50, we will mention you on our broadcast as one of our sponsors. $25 gets you one mention. $50 gets you the opening of 3 of our 4 quarters and the half. So we'd really appreciate that. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can just text me, 757-692-1710, like you always do. Text me, 757-692-1710, and Ann will handle your payment on that. We'll get your name in there, and you can tune into the game and hear your name mentioned on the radio. But this is a thing that would really help these young fellas out. Joining us now is the coach of the Gators, Greenbrier Christian Academy in Chesapeake, Virginia, Coach Rodney Harmon, in his second year with the Gators. Good to have you, Coach.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me this morning.
Well, we're kind of fired up, and I've got our executive producer on with us. I had him open his mic, Michael Coleman. He went to...
I went to Matoka High School.
In Chesterfield?
Okay. Yes.
And you played basketball there?
Yes, I did.
Right?
I played basketball there, and I also played overseas for People to People Sports Ambassadors Program.
Really?
Good,
Yes.
Good.
And when was that?
Wow.
Oh, man, that was 2008.
Overseas?
Yes.
Where'd you play?
Played in Paris. We went to London, and I want to say one more place I can't remember. Yeah,
Brussels.
I don't think that was it. It was somewhere in the UK. I can't remember.
All right, so Birmingham or something.
Yeah, something.
Okay, Coach, Michael played high school ball. I played the high school ball, but that was back in the Stone Age. Tell us a little bit about your team and why you're so excited about this group of young men.
Well, this is my second year at Greenbrier Christian Academy, and I'm so excited about this team because last year was my first year there, and I had to start from scratch. This has been a team that has not been successful as they were in the past. I coached at Alliance Christian Academy in Portsmouth for 4 years, and I played against GCA. And when I came into the gym, the atmosphere was so electrified. I mean, the students were there, the parents were cheering, and everything. And then for the last couple of years down the road, it's been non-existent. And when I started out coaching last year, we didn't even have a student section. And by mid-season, when they saw the team start to win and see how the program is starting to be again, the student section appeared again, and the atmosphere started to come back. But we're not a full gym yet, but the parents and teachers started coming out, the students started coming out and cheering, and it made it such a good atmosphere for the kids that worked real hard to win a game and to be competitive in a game. So it really helped with that. Right now, I'm just excited because of the team chemistry that I have. I have young men that have been working hard in the off season. They have been working hard since we started back up November 1st. They give their all on the basketball. Sometimes I'm a little tough on them because I expect a lot from this group, because I have two seniors that was with last year's team that stepped up their game. Mm-hmm. I have a junior that came into the school that's really pushing the other kids. Mm-hmm. And then it really says something when you are a freshman and you skip over JV and you go straight to varsity, and that is John's son. He's going to be that role player that people is going to overlook, but when he gets out on the basketball court and start nailing shots like he did in the scrimmage, they're going to recognize, oh, this kid can shoot.
Oh, well, look, I appreciate that. And look, you do have them working hard. And just so that everybody knows, Greenbrier Christian is a very small school. It plays in a very tough division, the TCIS, which is probably the toughest independent school division in the state, isn't it? It's tough.
Yes, it's very tough. We played the Cape Henrys of the world. We played the Washingtons. We played Bishop Sullivan. So that conference is very tough.
So just so that everybody knows, Greenbrier Christian, a very small school, but it's known for baseball. And, of course, my son went there basically to play baseball. It's known for that, and they put all their resources there. So it's tough when you haven't had a reputation in basketball of winning. It's tough to get the best athletes to come out because they're accustomed to playing for a very winning baseball team. And that's just the reality that you deal with today with social media and everything. So Coach Harmon, working hard. You know, you said something at orientation the other day, Coach, which really struck me. You were mentioning that you know, you can't get the best athletes always to come out. And you said, you know, there's only one antidote to that: winning. That's it. Yes. So you have to do that. So you open up on Monday night after the holiday, November 26th, 6 p.m. They're going to be live at Greenbrier Christian Academy. Come out and check us out. And they'll be playing Broadwater Academy from the Eastern Shore, right? That's from the Eastern Shore, isn't it?
Yes, that's from the Eastern Shore. Actually, that is my hometown. I was born and raised on the Eastern Shore. The coach of Broadwater Academy is a good friend of mine. He always have a good product that he puts on the floor every year, and I'm excited for this opportunity for them to come over to play us at the beginning of the season. And I actually spoke to the coach last night and told him that we're going to be on the radio, and he was very excited. He said, hey, my parents is going to love that, who can't come over and they can listen. So it's going to be a fun, exciting time. I'm looking forward to it. Well,
it's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing the play-by-play. Coach, when I get off the air, I'll email you the links. You can send it out to them. And okay. So it'll be 6 p.m. on Monday, Broadwater Academy at Greenbrier Christian Academy. First home varsity game, first game of the season. We'll be on the air live at 6 p.m., giving you the play-by-play and bringing you all the action. Now, we're looking for $2,000 in donations so we can buy the team uniforms. And so I'm asking for a generous $25 or $50 donation. You can do that by going to our website, johnfredericksradio.com, and there's a button there right in the middle of it, a link that says GCA Uniform Fundraiser. You can click on that. If you want to do PayPal, you can send that straight to Ann, and all your information will be there. Or you can just text me, and we'll follow up. 757-692-1710, 757-692-1710. And anybody that makes a donation towards this will give you a shout-out for $25 or $50 level on the game, $50. You'll get mentioned every quarter when we start by me, because I'll be doing the play-by-play. $25 will get you in there at least once, but we'd really appreciate it. This school, not a lot of money behind it, and so they like to get nice uniforms for their players, and you got to go out and buy them. So any donation, we'd really appreciate it. 757-692-1710, 757-692-1710, or go to our website, johnfredericksradio.com, and it's right there, johnfredericksradio.com, and tune us in on Monday. Coach, tell me about your home opener. What do you expect?
For the home opener, I expect, for my team, I expect a lot of energy. I expect them to play hard defense, and I expect them to come out and set tempo and set a pace that's going to be of Greenbrier Christian Academy basketball. Like I say, these young men have worked hard, and I have a lot of shooters. I have to admit, this is the first time in my over 10 years of coaching that I have a team that shoots the ball this well. From the inside, short range, they really, really shoot the ball extremely well. So that's going to be in our favor if we can be able to do that night in and night out. I know some nights we're going to have off nights, and that's what we're going to have to require on our big men like Jackson and also Violin and inside, my two big guys, to take the load off of my shooters when they're having the off light by just posting up and get that low post game that seems to be non-existent anymore in levels, from the NBA to college to even high school. It seems like the post game has left, but I'm going to try to bring some of that back this season to help balance the team and have a great balance. And like I said, with any help in the donations with the basketball program will be greatly appreciated. These young men, I handed out the uniforms that we're going to wear for right now for these games, and some of the sizes didn't fit. They way too big. I have smaller players, so I only had like one medium and a couple of larges. Then I have a whole bunch of extra larges, and it's not fitting on my players. So if anything can be helped, we the small school. I think we the smallest in the TCIS division. Yep. So we don't get like the other bigger schools like Norfolk Academy, Cape Henry. They have tons of kids that go there, and they have tons of money to pump into their program. So we're just trying to raise money to help these young men fit in these uniforms and feel comfortable and look good on the basketball court as they looking good, getting these W's and these wins this season. Because like I told them last night, I expect to win. I want to win. And I desire to win because of your hard work that you put out on this basketball court every time you step on it for practice. Well,
I'll tell you what, you got them working hard, Coach. And that's the thing, when you have a small school in a small private school, you just don't get the financial resources. And you mentioned some of the bigger schools, they have bigger turnout, bigger gate, bigger pot of things to draw from that we have. So we have to rely on the donations of our fans and our listeners. So we really appreciate it. But you do have them working hard. I mean, obviously, my son's on the team, and he was very thankful to make your varsity squad. But, I mean, you've had open gym with them basically since, I think, the spring he's been going, and which is within the rules if you're not supervising it. You've given him the opportunity for that, and then practice 2 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, right? So it's not easy.
No, it's not. And for these young men to give their effort on the basketball court every time they step out on there and to get better, I'm the type of coach, I try to run my program like a college program. They get a playbook. I remember my first year being at Greenbrier Christian Academy, and I handed out a playbook, and they looked at me funny like, Coach, what is this? Even guys who played before with other coaches that was there, they're like, Coach, what is this? It's like, this is a playbook. You get these in college. These have the plays of what we're going to do and what we're going to run, what their name, my information, our game schedule, my practice schedule. I try to give everything to these guys so that they can be prepared. I have a scouting report that I give out every game prior about who we play. I give all of that just like a college program. So if they are privileged or talented enough to play on the college level, they already know what's expected of them to step out onto that college basketball court. They have the knowledge of a playbook. They have the knowledge of the hard work and effort that needs the time. They even have the knowledge of study hall, because sometimes I do study hall. So they be able to fit in. It's an easy transition from high school into college when you're playing sports like that. So I try to give that basis and try to build that basis for them.
And that's why one of the greatest things, as you know, Coach, about coaching basketball is you have a small universe of players in your program on your varsity team. I think you carry, 8 or 9, 10? How many's on your V team?
On this year's team, it's going to be 10 players, but it's going to be 8 that's full-time varsity. I have 2 that's going to be going back and forth to varsity and JV.
Right, so you think about that. You've got a varsity team, and this is what I used to love, and I used to carry 10 players when I would coach at the high school level, because you have such an impact over 10, and especially if you have them for 2, 3, 4 seasons. I mean, that basketball court really is your classroom. It's your chapel. I mean, it's your togetherness. And so you can have such a huge impact on these young men going forward. It really offers an opportunity like nothing else. I mean, you coach baseball, you got 50 kids in the program. You coach football, you have 80 to 100. Coach basketball, you got 10, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's very, very different. And so, look, we're trying to build the program at Greenbrier Christian Academy. We'd really love your help and donations. Sponsor our game on Monday. That's all that we're asking. $25 or $50 would go a long way. I will mention your name during the first, second, third, and fourth quarter for $50 as one of our sponsors. It's really easy to do. Either go to our website, johnfredericksradio.com, if you have PayPal, and you can do it right there. Of course, you can always give more. We'd appreciate that. You can do it there if you have PayPal, or just text me, 757-692-1710, and my wife, Ann, the Fräulein, will follow up, and we'd really appreciate it. And tune us in for our home opener, Greenbrier Christian Academy, playing at home against the Eastern Shores Broadwater Academy. We'll be on the air Monday, 6 p.m. Don't want to miss that. That's basically my first day back. We'll be on the air Monday, 6 p.m. It'll be on our app. It'll be on John Fredericks Radio Network Internet, and also locally carried on WMPH AM 1010 and 100.1 FM. So give us a donation. Look at how hard these kids are working. Besides that, it's the holidays. Coach Harmon, thanks for being with us, man. Good luck on a great season.
Thank you for having me on, and I really appreciate it. And like I said, please, if y'all can, help these young men. They will be so grateful and so thankful. Just the gleam and the look in their eyes when I told them that I'm trying to get them new uniforms, and I showed them what the uniforms look like, and they were just so excited. So just seeing 12 excited young men, it's just a joy. It makes your heart feel warm.
All right, I got a text here from Slumlord George in Newport News. He says, free throws. Okay, George, you dedicate $1 for every free throw Joseph makes. He'll take 100 of them. You can get up to 100 if he's 100 for 100. So commit to that, and we'll get that done over the weekend.